Welcome to a miniature tour of my computer. As you can see, I've got quite a bit of stuff, but we don't need to worry about all that. We only need this folder. Well, that folder too, but this folder. This folder contains all the resources for the show. In order to show you all the cool stuff in it, we need to open up Blender. Welcome to Blender. Our first stop today is the main model I've created for one Mr. Aaron Yeager. This model is completed and ready for use in the show. Here you can see what the internal render looks like. It's very nice, I agree. His rig has these fancy shapes for all of his bones. His fingers bend using just one bone instead of 3 for easier use. Here you can see his legs are on IK chains. He can even rock his feet up and down. I wonder if MMD can do that. I've never seen it. I can also change which way his knees face because they follow the sticks in front of them. He has a working center bone. When I'm bored, I like to make him dance with it. He can also look around and accidentally break his neck. Whoops! In front of his face, we have face shapes. His eyes track their shape, and it also controls his expression. Here I cycle through them all for you. His eyebrows also have various expressions. His mouth is divided into expressions and dialogue. The expressions are fairly standard. The dialogue, on the other hand, is more complex. Typical models in MMD just have 5 vowel shapes and nothing else. Mine has 6 vowel shapes to better match English, as well as consonant shapes. Lip syncing will now be a lot more detailed. And here is a render of the model that I made to test it out. Moving on to a completed stage. This is a very simple stage that only took me a day to make. It is Aaron's bedroom and will be in the opening scene of the first episode. The blanket on the bed has some simple rigging so that Aaron can move in it. The pillow also moves. I take a lot of pride in these blinds. I think they turned out pretty realistic. In the back, I've added some wonderful decorations to the shelves. There's a teddy bear wearing a Survey Corps cape, and some simple Nendoroid figures. Finally, here's what the room looks like when it's all rendered. Next, we have a stage that's still a work in progress. It's much bigger and far more detailed because it will be featured in a few episodes. It's an old house based on a floor plan for a real house from the 1890s or 1900s. This fence here took forever to make. First, let's check out the parlor. The piano has individual keys, which will be movable in the future. I put a lot of detail into all the furniture in the house. This chair was a pain in the butt. Here in the dining room, we have nice wooden furniture. In the back is this fancy thing that I think is called a credenza. In the next room over, we have a walk-through pantry. This crosses into the kitchen, where the age of the house becomes quite apparent. There's a worktop, sink, wood-burning stove, countertop, and china cabinet. Gosh, I just love how these things turned out. In the back corner of the house is the breakfast nook, with possibly the most detailed table I've ever made. There's a couple of bedrooms, the first being a bit more simple. The master bedroom was a lot harder to furnish, but the vanity was a lot of fun to make. The next step for this house is to furnish the living room. Another model that I just started making is a motorcycle. So far, I have only got the front wheel done, but it's a very detailed front wheel. I'm recreating this bike that I found and thought was gorgeous. Oh my god, it's so intricate, I just want to be done. Anyway, I also started making storyboards. I've only done about half of the first episode because I should really wait until the whole first season is written, but I was too excited, so I started planning it just a little bit. The quality of my sketches is just phenomenal. I'll only show you a few of the shots because I don't want to give it all away. And this face, I love this face. So that's what I can show you guys so far. From now on, there will be a new update video posted on the last day of each month. I'd love to know what you think of what you've seen today, and feel free to make suggestions for how future update videos can be improved. I'll be back with more on Halloween. Until then, I hope you have a wonderful day.